So, a few years ago already, a movie called Music and Lyrics contained the following dialogue exchange between a composer of popular songs and his bewildered lyricist.
Lyrics are important, they're just not as important as melody.
I really don't think you get it.
And the more I thought about it, the less true to life this scene became for me. Because by and large, composers are legit taught in music school that lyrics are not important. They are merely a necessary evil for getting the syllables out of your vocalist's face, and if you tell the story well enough with music, you shouldn't need words. That is why so many composers crib notes from Shakespeare or Solomon or whatever dead poet is handy, so they don't have to screw around finding a probably temperamental lyricist, and why you could realistically substitute all lyrics for every song ever with the word poop, and the average composer would not bat an eye. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop. And to an extent, these composition-oriented musicians have a point. Music without words can cross language barriers for people who have no spoken words in common, but can express themselves okay through melody. However, I would argue that the folks who are fluent enough in the language of lyric-free music to have meaningful conversations with it are a fairly scant minority of music majors. And like it or not, composers, the majority of listeners who connect with your work will do so stronger and more frequently with a few well-chosen lyrics or images or both connected to it. And not only do I believe I can prove it, I believe I can do it using a possibly recognizable cultural touchstone. If by chance you grew up watching Disney's Beauty and the Beast, any number of fantastic songs probably come flooding to your mind when you see these opening frames, such as
Bonjour, 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 bonjour.
For there's no one as burly and brawny.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
There may be something there that wasn't there before.
We don't like what we don't understand. In fact, it scares us, and this monster is mysterious at least.
But the music to which I would like to draw your attention right now is that which we hear when we see the Enchanted Castle for the first time. This music is haunting and moody and sets the scene really well, but it was a piece of music that was not written for Beauty and the Beast. It is from a moderately famous classical work by Camille Saint-Saëns called The Carnival of the Animals. So, if you are a layman hearing this piece of music in conjunction with the movie's striking visuals, it absolutely works. But if you're a music major, the score has just told you, without words, that you have just entered the realm of beasts. So, some plot happens, an iconic scene or two goes by, and that theme pops up again here. And here. And the last time we hear nods to that theme is at the climax of the picture, loud and proud at first. Then it becomes a timid harmony of itself. And right at the magical first kiss, it gets interrupted by... And if this scene brings you to tears, one possible reason among many is that the music has just told you, without words, that Beauty has triumphed and Beast has left the building. And at this point in the video, you might very well be thinking to yourself, gosh, that's neat and all, but it sounds like you just made a great argument against your point about lyrics being important there, Madam Smarty Pants. And to you I say, yes, but were you in the mood to hear that incredible piece of music that gave us the feels a minute ago? Would you go to your favorite search engine and type in the Beauty and the Beast theme? Or would you type in the words,
Tale as old as time.
you see, the reason the breathtaking musical juxtaposition at movie's end works as well as it does is because the music and the lyrics did some heavy-duty legwork together in an earlier scene in order to lay the emotional groundwork for this one. And the majority of folks that end up connecting with a composer's music are not going to be fellow musicians. They are going to be kids or amateur music lovers who might fall deeply in love with a melody but not necessarily be able to articulate why. Adding lyrics to one's melody is the quickest way to make a meaningful connection to one's audience, because those lyrics are quite literally subtitles for folks who may not know the language of music as well as the composer and need the story told to them in a way they can understand. Communication is love, y'all. Either we love our audience enough to acknowledge that sometimes we need some well-placed words to help us connect with that audience, or we risk excluding people for whom our work could have been someone's first love in musical storytelling. As always, thank you for giving these videos a shot. I have this much clue of where this channel is going, but one of the favorite things that I've actually done on this channel is write songs with you nice folks. If you would like to aid and abet in another of those schemes, please put 5 words, any 5 words in the comments below, and I will try to write a song with some of them. Until we meet again, take it easy. Love you. Bye.